Watch in amazement as we move at the speed of some of the slowest animals on Earth.
Let's talk about that.
Good mythical morning.
Everybody's always so impressed with fast animals. The cheetah, oh, he's so great because he can go faster than a car. Well, we're tired of it around here. Fast is overrated and slow is the new fast. So
why, you ask? Don't ask us that.
Well, we just think it's cool that there are some animals that move really slow. But here's the problem, is that it can be difficult to visualize just how slowly these animals move. And so what we have done today is we're gonna introduce you to some of the world's slowest animals, but then we're going to show the fact that we went out in public and moved at the speed of these animals so you can know what it would be like to be in a human world moving this slow.
Contextualize it, we're gonna contextualize it. Can I go first?
Yeah, so we went out to downtown Burbank and moved at the speed of some of these animals. And you'll notice that we're wearing some glasses even me, we're wearing glasses in those videos, and those are video glasses. They worked about half the time.
Or less.
Hence the footage that you see occasionally.
It's okay. All right, first very slow animal, the Slowest. You know you're slow when your official name has the word slow in the title. This is a large-eyed primate that licks a gland on its arm and then coats its fur in the toxin from the gland.
My grandpa did that.
It's got creepy human-like hands that love to hold little tiny umbrellas.
Oh.
All right, this thing moves at a speed of 1.3 miles per hour.
Pretty slow.
That's 2.09215 kilometers per hour. Basically 1 step per second.
Okay.
If we were to emulate this, which we did. So I put myself in the position of a slow loris if a slow loris was in downtown Burbank trying to cross the street.
You draw a little attention when you walk that slowly in public.
I confused a few women and myself.
Okay, how about the Greenland shark?
How about it?
This lives in really cold waters in the North Atlantic Ocean. Inuit legend says that an old woman washed her hair in urine, then dried it with a cloth, and then the wind picked up the cloth and blew it into the ocean, and that became the first Greenland shark. So this is really just a urine cloth. That's a legend. It's actually just a really slow shark.
And you're talking really slow.
It lives in such cold waters that it doesn't regulate its own body temperature, and as a result, it just moves very, very slowly, cruising along at 0.6 miles per hour. That's 1.22 kilometers per hour. That's about 2 seconds per step. Now, this thing can actually walk, but if somehow we filled Burbank with water and it was to cross the crosswalk, this is what it might be like. I made a friend.
And you look like a RoboCop. Like if RoboCop was really rusty.
I've always wanted to do that.
All right, we all know about the three-toed sloth, but that just means we should talk about it some more because this animal is not only amazingly slow, but just plain amazing.
Yeah.
Look at the fingernails on this thing. They're like hooks. Central and South America is lucky to have these slow-moving things. And the 1985 film The Goonies is lucky to have one too.
I don't think that was an actual animal.
Tree speed. Now on the ground, these things come down to the ground to poop and they're really slow on the ground. They're slightly faster in the trees, but still really slow in the trees. 0.15 miles per hour, that's 0.2414 kilometers per hour, if you wanna know. Basically 8 seconds per step. So I try to do 8 seconds per step. I ain't crossing the street anymore.
No, you can't make it.
I can't even make it to the street.
Pretty cool, man. That thing?
That guy asked me if I was doing a dance move.
I can see why that would be the case.
I was like, no, I'm just counting to 8 repeatedly.
Okay, the snail, one of the most famous slow animals out there. So slow they made a movie about how fast one was.
Irony.
These are known as the terrestrial pulmonate gastropod mollusks. Everybody already knew that though. You know, snail mucus is great for the skin and used in creams for wrinkles, scars, dry skin, and acne. So when you get that cream for your face, you're putting snail mucus on your face. And it's one of the reasons that they move so slowly because they're dragged along, they're dragging that mucus along. The fastest snail on record is the speckled garden snail, but he still moves at a slow speed of 0.0313 miles per hour. That's 0.05037 kilometers per hour. To put that in perspective, that's 40 seconds for a 1 human step. That's slow, this slow. Excuse me, pardon me, coming through. Just making my way through, pardon me. Pardon me, just coming through. Excuse me. Just demonstrating how slow a snail walks. It takes 40 seconds for me to take a step. It's a lot harder than you'd think.
People just stopped and started staring at you. A couple people pulled out their phones.
It's not normal behavior, you know? It's video worthy.
And tourists are like, I don't know who this is or what this is,
It's
but
California, man.
I'm going to California. I'm gonna figure
You're
it out
weird out
later.
here.
Okay, you guys know, hopefully, that I am a fan of miniature horses. That's my favorite animal, and the most miniature of miniature horses, of course, is the Seahorse, of course. Of course. Okay, alert, the Seahorse is not an actual horse.
Oh.
It's not rideable. It is a bony fish with no scales. I didn't know that. Most of them hang out in shallow water near sea vegetation, and they are also the inspiration for stay-at-home dads across the planet. They keep the babies in the pouch. Mama doesn't do that.
Oh.
Daddy Seahorse keep the babies in the pouch.
Ain't no deadbeat seahorse, Dad.
That's right. And they also are very slow, about 5 feet per hour. That's how much they move. 1.52 meters per hour. Basically comes out to 1 human step every half hour.
That's slow.
Okay, so I try this. It's basically seemingly motionless unless you eventually get on an escalator. So I'm gonna try to do that. Channeling my inner seahorse. Turns out it's pretty frustrating to be a seahorse.
Unfortunately, you're gonna have to step out of the way because there are guests that are waiting to take your passport.
Yeah, let me explain what's going on. I'm moving at the speed of a seahorse.
Okay. Did you need assistance, sir?
No, I'll get there eventually. I want you to know that I am moving, but it's imperceptible.
Oh, we're gonna call the security. In the meantime, we're gonna have to have you to the side, please.
Okay, I'll start moving to the side now. Just slide by me, that's fine. I'm headed back up this way now. Yeah, I'm sorry. Can you just go around? I'm moving at the speed of a seahorse. I'm sorry.
This is
Thank you.
property.
Can you please help me just get up the last little bit, and then I'll be on my way.
Unfortunately, I need you to turn this off right now.
Okay, security made him turn off the camera, but seconds later, that seahorse did make it on the escalator. I made it. And it was amazing.
It was glorious.
A seahorse had never moved that quickly.
Okay, and finally, the sea anemone, which I always thought was a plant. I'm gonna explain my ignorance here, admit my ignorance. It is actually an animal.
Can you explain your ignorance?
I will
though?
explain it. I just didn't watch that documentary.
It
Sorry.
looks like a plant.
It looks like a plant, and it is asexual, so if you are in the market for a sea anemone to date,
Ain't gonna happen.
Just not gonna happen. They're not interested. They're interested in themselves. They usually spend their whole life in one place, but sometimes they can move if they really need to. But when they need to move, they move very, very, very slow, 0.04 inches per hour. That is about 55 hours per human step.
So what does that look like, Rhett?
This.
If I had a box just for wishes and dreams that had never come true, lived around enough to know you're the one I wanna go through time with. So sunshine when she's gone. Never know when she's away. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone, and she's always gone too long. Anytime she goes away. You can help me with this. I know, 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 no little thing along. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone.
Well, I took what could have been a very awkward moment and turned it into a duet. That's what you get to do when you move at the speed of a sea anemone. You should try it sometime.
I really like that guy wasn't so wigged out that he just said, "Get in here, man."
When I told him I was moving at the sea of a sea anemone, he was like, "Cool, sing with me, man."
You left the word speed out of that sentence, but I don't think it matters.
Really?
I was moving at the seed of a speed anemone. I don't know what you just said, but he understood you, and I think that's all that matters.
Why don't you take your mouse and move it very, very slowly down to the like button and then to the comment thing, and we'll appreciate that.
You know what time it is.
This is Molly. I'm Emma. And Emily. And we're in Clemens, North Carolina. And it's time to spin the wheel of mythicality!
Make sure you like us on Facebook. We're doing Facebook exclusive videos over there. This week, we're doing a vegetable off contest.
Yeah.
It's more exciting than walking slow. Well, maybe not, but it's great.
Click through to Good Mythical More where we discuss the ins and outs of trying to get up an escalator and getting kicked out and all that. Ups and downs.
Trying things on in the fitting room with your mother.
Rhett, you get in here right now. School's about to start.
Mom.
Okay, put on your other shirt. Here it is. Put it on.
It's striped. I don't like stripes, Mom.
Well, put
I
on
don't like
another
horizontal stripes.
There's another one.
It's still stripes. Why
Well,
do you
listen,
want me to do
they're on
stripes?
sale, and we're getting both of them.
Stripes are for dorks, Mom.
Stripes are in.
I hate you, Mom.
I've been reading in Cosmo. Stripes are in. Say it with me. Stripes are in.
Insane.
Here's another one. Say it again. Stripes are
in out of style.
You're grounded. They had bought their tickets to the movie and they wanted to go upstairs, and instead of just walking up the stairs, they stood there and watched the whole thing happen. They were like, "Don't let your art delay me from getting to see my movie."